looks like the most practical and conveniently sized mid-sized speedboat on the market today. This is the Saxdor 340 GTWA. I've actually already featured this boat of quick tour on the channel, but that was the prototype, and now it's in series production. So in this video, we're going to be doing a deep dive, and the very next video, that's for those of you who are wanting to buy one of these, because we are going for a sea trial. We're going to be doing some parking practice. We're going super fast, and we've got the twin V8 300s on this particular one, but you can also get it with the twin 250s, is what I meant to say. So we'll just cover the hull design because we've got a beautiful location. Welcome to Finland. It's summer. This place is an absolute paradise at this time of the year. I've been really enjoying it. So typical Saxdor hull shape. We have a nice angle here, so we might as well talk about it. We've got a good amount of cutting action at the bow. The anchor system, actually, when you deploy the anchor, it protrudes well clear and free of the bow for the anchor to fall down safely. We have a full wraparound gunnel strip just there for protection. You can see on both sides, on port and starboard, we have these beautiful big drop down wings, and they really do transform this space. And there's a couple of new features that were not on the prototype, which I'm going to talk about when we get on board. But this, I think for the size boat, for a 34-foot boat, we have two cabins, we've got a toilet, and we've got an amazing social space with sun lounge, a social space up the front, and a really convenient layout inside, which then transforms to the helm station when you're underway. She's super quick. You can cruise at a really high speed if you want, but you can also cruise very efficiently at your high 20s or low 30s, not using a lot of fuel, which is one of the key points about this brand, because we do have twin air steps. We've got cutting action at the front, twin air steps underneath, which is going to aerate the hull. And so when you see those waves that are produced by boats, wind, or the ocean, you can kind of just drive straight into them, maintain your speed, chop it up, and keep going. Whereas on other hull designs, you're generally going to have to come off the pace, make your way over the wave, and then re-accelerate, which burns more fuel, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable for some of the passengers. So come in and have a bit of an appreciation. I might jump on and just allow you to start to soak this in, because it really is a great layout, this one. On the starboard side, we've got a super deep locker. I've got all the boat's fenders and lines stowed in here. It is drained. And on the port side, I've got a barbecue. So this is an electric barbecue off batteries and an inverter, and we have a sink on this side, and then that just folds away like so. And then you can see on starboard, I've got it open, but I'll do the port one as well. We've got these beautiful glass wrapped in stainless sort of doors, just giving you some safety. So, you know, little people and animals don't fall onto the transom, but it also is a little bit of a styling piece as well, in my opinion. So both of these, we have a swim shower on this side and shore power on the other side. We've got the boat's cleats, but we also have some cleats here just for securing a fender. We do have the twin rig setup. As I mentioned, we've got the 300 V8s. You can do the 250s, but this is cool. So you may or may not have noticed, we actually have an open window. Underneath me here is a cabin, but I've got a glass window just up here. So when you are in social mode, doing exactly what we're doing right now, you can communicate with people inside. You've got a beautiful amount of sun bathing you if you wish. And you've also got, just underneath here, a super cool tent setup with this cabin below. So instead of just sort of having a little bit of a hidey hole down there, when it's in this setup, you can sit up in bed like you would on a normal cabin, because you've got so much extra space. But we'll check that out when we go downstairs. The other super cool thing, well, numerous super cool things, these wings just transform this space when you're in social mode. But you may or may not have noticed, we've got double sliding doors here, and they go forward and aft. So obviously they fully enclose the boat, but you can set them up at multiple positions for airflow and access. So when you are in social mode, This is amazing. And when you're in driving mode, the wings are going to be up. You're going to have a good, safe walk around, which we do. And then you can access by sliding this door back, which we'll see I've got that already open on the port side, which makes life super easy for a solo operator. Midships cleat there, aft cleats, forward cleats, and access forward is really, really easy on the port side because we go up a couple of stairs on the starboard side, but it is still quite easy. So I think come on board with me now and let's start to look in a little bit more detail. So midships are on the center line here. We just have a little storage area. This flips up just to give you access to some of the looms going to the motors. We've got the port wing, we've got speakers. That's the manual bilge operation just there. Notice how we've got drink holders built into the cushions and they're proper size. They're drained and so it's going to be fine for a tinny with a cooler. Grab holds, and also the roof design. The whole roof is a grab hold. It actually doubles as a drain because this big design into the fiberglass catches all the water. So if the boat does lean over when you jump on board, it's not actually going to pour off the roof and onto your shirt. It actually sends it into some drains forward and aft, but it also doubles very, very well as a grab hold. We can see the radar mast with all the various instruments. We've got the flagpole here, and even the styling just here, the little wings with the Saxdor logo on them. I think that looks cool, kind of understated as well. And that's the access forward. So this is where you would go to the bow to operate the anchor if you wanted to. But if you just have a quick look on the starboard side, so you guys run over and look forward, those are the stairs that I was talking about. So utilizing that roof as a grab hold, it's still totally fine. It's totally easy, but if you want to be super safe, that's what you do. Now, if you want to operate these wings, you just release them with this operation here, and then we have another safety because they're electric drop down. You put your finger on the lock, and then you just do up or down, port and starboard, and that's it. So you've got double safeties, off, unlock, operate, and they go down super quick. We've got courtesy lights. That's these stainless steel lights just bathing the deck of an evening. We've got down lights as well. Obviously, we have the navigation lights too. So I'm just going to slide these doors all the way back. Well, actually, I'll just do this for you to appreciate the space first. Look at this. Look how good this is. I'll put this seat down. Okay. So you can get full appreciation because this is clever use of small spaces. That's what I love about boat design, essentially, and I think this brand is one of the best brands on the market today doing that in terms of thinking how you're going to use your boat and how your boat life works and designing boats around that with the limited space at an affordable price that go fast, drive fun, and are easy to use. So this table is actually going to be a little bit smaller size on the future models because they did recognize that passing through this space here was a little bit of an issue. So in future models, it's going to be a smaller size, but look how easy it is to utilize this. This is an electric drop down. So we do have a cushion that goes over here. So if you want to use or be inside on your day bed, you can. And the drop down window here is electrically operated. So we've got great airflow, good communication, and we've even got a sunroof forward. But whilst this is in lounge seat mode at the moment, it's also the driver's seat. So you just do that and then you're ready to drive. We've got drink holders on both sides. We've got a fridge underneath us here. The fuel tank, it's 490 litres, aluminium construction, and you can get access to the top of the tank here, here, and here. So all of the critical parts that need to be accessed, it's possible on this boat. So now I'm just pressing the electric back on the seat, and what I will do is operate these sliders. Just give you a feel now of how you can open this up, because there's more little secrets on this one, guys. So if I just do this all the way, create enough space, and then if I put the seat in the right position, you can actually operate that just there. This will actually flip down to the side, and same again on this side, because it can turn into an entire basically an entire second lounge if you wish. And it's also a nice seat to operate if you want to drive slow and enjoy the ride. So it's super nice. You've also got an electric button just here which sends the seat forward and back. So that's in the back position. So depending on how long your legs are, you can still have plenty of space here at the helm. We do have a good footrest, and then from a standing position, we've got plenty of space. But I would argue that this boat is a super, super comfortable boat to sit and drive most of the time. It's really, really nice. It cuts up the chop, and your visibility all around is super nice. Like if you guys just get behind me now and look forward from my perspective, that's your view. Look at the glass there. Look at what we can see. We can see the bow. I can access this midship cleat when I've got those doors open. I've got no issues of moving forward or aft and having to squeeze through my passengers or guests on board. So from an operational perspective, it's super simple. It's what I like. We've got some downlights here and here. We've got some speakers forward. We've got this massive electrically operated opening skylight just here, which just sucks air through the boat, particularly with this back window open. You really get a little bit of that effect. It wants to draw air through the boat. So it's very, very comfortable, and it allows you to control the temperature because we can also stop these doors in different positions. But come and focus on the helm now. Just come and have a look at this, because ergonomically, again, it works very well because we've got the throttle set a little bit aft and on an angle. It's quite comfortable. This operates really well as an armrest, so you can be quite comfortable. You've got something to sort of rest your arm on. This is adjustable. This particular boat has got the joystick system and the bow thruster. We're running the zip wakes, but you do have trim tabs as options coming in the future. I've got the Simrad VHF. This is your key start operation there, JL audio, phone charging, also access to the engine diagnostics, all your boat systems, including wiper operation, horn, navigation lights. You are also operating the sunroof from here and all your bilges. And we've got space for twin screens just here, multifunctional displays, of course, so you can do whatever you want on those. And another drink holder there. So we've got drink holder here, and a big drink holder just there, so you're not struggling whatsoever. And then sensible colors forward of the dash, so we don't have any reflections coming back and up in your face. Also, these forward-facing windscreens, well, because of the angle, they don't really catch too much sunlight on them to send it back into your face. That's the two windscreen wipers just forward of them. And then we also have the demisters. Those vents here, and here will demist this when you need, but you can option this boat with air conditioning. This particular one's got a diesel heater, and you've got vents up here in the saloon and down in both cabins. But what I think we will do, we'll just go forward and show you the head first. Come in here and have a look at the toilet. I'll sit down first and give you some perspective. Just watch out for that bee. I'm not worried about dangerous animals here in Finland. There doesn't seem to be any. So this is the head. I've got a nice little vanity area here. Got the sink, got some storage behind me. It's a semi-wet area. I'm not necessarily going to be using this for showers, but electric toilet operation, fresh water, access into and behind the dash. Downlights just there. And then if you do this operation, boom, boom, you can close it like that. So you do have some privacy. We've got some storage, got a little bit of some shelves in here. If you're flying to your boat, I would suggest, actually, no, you're right. We've got the water tank under here. So I would suggest you put your luggage in the other cabin. Been on too many boats. So that's access to the water tank, but you could use this area as people's bag storage throughout the day, because it's going to be quite easy to throw bags on top of the bed in this cabin as opposed to the other cabin, because I think the other cabin might be preferable if you're just a couple and you want to sleep on board, but you tell me. Got reading lights in there, and we've got a nice little seat as you saw there, and we've got 1, 2, 3 windows here, and they've all got these pull-up blinds so we can knock out the sun. And then our electrical panel is just in here, but we've also got natural air ventilation on the center line underneath the cushions, so that could also let in some more sun and definitely airflow if you needed more downlights around in both locations. And this is where all your 12 volt 110 or 240 operation is going to happen. That's the primary JL audio. That's actually the diesel heater operation. And we've got a little bit of storage under the stairs, perfect for shoes. And we do have a stopper just there, so this companionway sliding door won't get in the way. See that? How good's that? So it just turns it into a nice little space, and you can essentially lie down, or if you are operating it like this, it's just going to increase. I'll come around this side. Increase your usable space for doing a lot of this sort of thing. That's what it's designed for, so that's lovely. But this is the cabin that I really love, and I'm going to open up that tent again. But before I do, you just pull this here, and then it just goes up, and then you just push it forward like that, and then it locks, so it's in place. Now we have access. Probably go down this way, and then just get onto your knees, and this is the cabin. It's perfectly lovely because we already have 2 opening ports on port and starboard. We've got these beautiful big windows here, and when the sides or the terraces have dropped down, actually pass me the camera, I'll show you. You actually, this is why I was arguing that this might be preferable over the forward cabin. You have a view. Isn't that lovely? Same again on the other side, because you don't have a view on the other cabin. Now let me just pass the camera back. I'm going to pop this roof, and I want you to just get a feel for how much space we have now. So with this up, come back and have a look through there, or even in here. You can properly sit up in bed now. See this? So come in and have a look. That's totally changed the space. So I've obviously got zipper access on either side. I've got more than enough moving space. You've got airflow coming through if you need. So you can sit up. You've got reading lights here and here. We've got storage on the starboard and aft side. And these other panels are actually just access into the wiring looms inside the boat in areas that you need them. So I think that's just great. I really, really like this boat for so many different missions. It could be a commuter, it could be a day boat, it could be a couple's boat, it could be a family boat. There's many, many different missions that this boat would basically be perfect for. So underneath here, you can see we actually have a stern anchor, and that's just stowed in there. I think there's an option for a fridge up in the bow. Don't hold me to that, just check with your local dealer. And here we have another electric drop-down table, and underneath here is access into the forward cabin, and we've got that Lumar hatch that I pointed out before. And we also have some storage, boom, boom, underneath here. So that's a good place for covers and some extra lines if you need. But remember, we can still store all the boat's lines and fenders in that aft little storage space that I showed you earlier. And then we've got drink holders here and here, access into the anchor locker. Come forward and have a look at this. She's nice and deep. So if you are doing Mediterranean style mooring and you need more than 4 fenders, I would argue that you can get the rest of your fenders, another 4 fenders, quite easily in here. I would just add a hook of some sort here so I don't need to reach down, because it's quite a deep locker. So I'd hang the fender lines up here and I can access them a little bit easier. The forward navigation lights there, the cleats on port and starboard here, and we also have a good little grab hold here and here. And not that I encourage too much, that's the button for the operation of this drop down table. Not that I encourage running with people in the bow on a regular basis or all the time, because that can be a dangerous thing to do depending on what part of the world, what you're in and what the sea state is. On this style of boat, with this style of bow, it's generally a lot safer. It's because they're cutting action. When you hit a wave, it's going to have the tendency of parting the wave rather than hitting the wave and launching, which is what a more flared bow is going to do. So obviously there's going to be limits to that. You're going to have conditions where it's not going to be suitable. But if you like to run with people in the bow, more often than not, a boat with this design is going to be a bit safer to do that, so if that's of interest to you. So, I think we should just end the video right here because this is such a lovely place. Coming up, we are going to be going for a drive. So that is for those of you who are wanting to purchase one of these. I hope that's going to be a useful piece of information or piece of content for you. Design feedback, pros and considerations for you. I love this design. I think it's so multifunctional. I think it's suitable for so many different missions. It's also suitable for so many different climates. You know, whether it's here, you know, they get ice here in winter. Apparently, they can drive tractors to these, we're on an island right now, to these islands and do work on their summer houses because the ice is so thick. So that's a whole nother style of boating. But not that I'm suggesting you would drive this in ice, but in a cold condition or a cold place, it's going to be great because the cold wind can be completely knocked out. And then as the temperature or humidity changes, you can just play with these doors and the windows and eventually switch on the heating or the air conditioning, and you do you, which is what I love about this design. I also really love the walk around access and the doors, double doors on either side from the helm station. So from an operational perspective, this is absolutely a solo operator, a boat that you could do some serious coastal cruising with the twin engines for redundancy. So that's just fantastic. And that utilization of the aft cabin, potentially as your primary sleeping space, is awesome. What should you consider if you're buying a boat like this? Maybe work out what horsepower suits you the most, and also just work out where you are in the world and what your mission is, and then try and think deeply as to whether this design suits you, because there is an argument to having bigger bow lounges. In some parts of the world, people want more space up here, in which case this is not going to be your boat. But if you're happy with focusing the fun in the middle and down the aft where we have more beam and having enough space up here for 3 to 4 people, and that's okay with you because you see the value in the speed and the fuel efficiency that can be achieved on something like this, then maybe it's the boat for you. But that's up to you. That's not for me. I just make these videos literally to help you. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your mates. I'm not affiliated with any of these brands or the dealers. I'm just making these videos for you so you can help yourself with your boat life. So the next video, we're going to be going driving. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to educate you as much as I possibly can. Jump in the comments, let me know what boat you have now or what boat you're comparing this with, and I'll also touch on some sort of valid competition and performance feedback in the next video. And if you want to talk to me directly, Connect is the place to do it. Link is down below in the description. Love you lots. Coming from Finland. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.